Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
AutoSave, welcome to our channel.
The director of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 33. Hopefully today we meet the northern wall of Briggs. I am glad that General Grumman, though, has come back into the story. It makes me feel like Roy is a little bit less lonely.
Yeah, didn't that feel really good?
Yeah.
I'm also excited, to go to a more, snow territory. I do love the snow. And I hope maybe we can see Drachma from afar, get a glimpse of what another place is like in this world.
Yep. Well, let's see what that recommendation letter gets us. You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm so excited to play Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Were you inspired somehow?
A little bit. Like, the funkiness that this OP brings kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong in the best way possible. I feel like I'm just gonna love her. She just seems like a character who's gonna be the best.
In a really intimidating, scary way?
Yeah, the best.
セントラルを出発し西へと向かうスカーをグレンの錬金術師キンブリーが追う。
But we faked it out, went north.
スカーは野因に紛れ忽然と
In the
姿を
mountains.
くらますのだった。
機関車が減速しますからね。問題はここからどちらに向かったかです。
Get it wrong.
スカーの目撃情報変ですね。ここへ来るまでは派手に動き回っていたのに。報告します。 南へ200メートルほど行った川沿いで小舟が一艘盗まれたとのことです。
Totally it.
今のところ目撃情報はありません。報告します。近所に住む老人が西へ向かう怪しい二人連れの男を目撃したとのことです。ただこの地図、北に向かう山道があるんですが、これ何です？ノースエリアに抜ける林道でしたが、落石が絶えず、今通行そのものを禁じています。
Perfect.
これが何か。
この先数箇所、ここと同じように巨大な落石が道を塞いでいます。
Looking for footprints.
水の流れが変わっていますね。
そのようですが、
破壊を得意とする錬金術師にとってこの程度の障害物を排除することなどたやすい。同様、山肌を破壊し落石で再び道を塞ぐことも。
To block it back.
遠征の後。
Oh, cool. It's like finding a fossil.
Yeah. Transmutation fossils would be such an interesting series. Look at our jacket. This is one of my favorite tracks in all of Fullmetal.
I can feel that in my tailbone though.
Aww.
That's what the skull buttons.
He's always had his aesthetic.
Oh, just like the railing, you're right.
Yeah.
何か情報は
I'm sure he'd much rather be fighting right now.
男が目撃されました。間違いありません。ブリックス行きの軍用列車に乗り込んだところ目撃したとのことです。
同行者は
中年男性で髪は黒。
すぐに列車を止めさせます。その必要はありません。また飛び降りられても困りますから。
Wait, I love the showing of the hand, there.
さて、ここからは私の仕事です。
It's a direct show of
あなたた
intention.
ちは邪魔をしないように。
The Kimberly score is malicious. Oh my god.
眠っておけ。
Sensing it.
Oh, I love the song so much.
This is a confrontation I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Holy shit!
飛び移ります。速度を合わせてください。
了解です。
I swear, cool things happen on trains. Cool things happen on trains.
He's so extra for taking his hat, and I love it. Like,
ドクターマルコ、お迎えに上がりました。もう逃げられませんよ。往生際が悪い。逃げられないと言ったでしょう。ドクターマルコ。
Yeah.
誰？
Can we do this, Scar?
あなたが噂のイシュバール人ですか？
Oh my god.
Recognizing.
Oh.
あんな化け物どもに付き合ってられるか。飛び降りるなら今のうち。
Jumping also seems scary. It's like pick your poison. The idea of losing your cool possibly in a battle here.
ソルフジェイ・キンブリ覚えているか？
ええ、よく覚えていますよ。あなた
Wow.
イシュバールの神田地区にいた。あの時あなたの周りにいたのはご家族。
I'm actually surprised.
あなたそびでメガネをかけた方。
God damn it, Kimble's memory.
左は
He wants to remember the people he's killed.
大層な苦悶の。
Compose yourself, dude.
まずいですね。こちらは出所したばかりで体がなまっているのに。
あー
こちらは内乱の後も戦い続けてきた。体力的にはこちらが不利。
There goes the
Lost the
hat.
hat.
所詮は壊すことしか。
Oh!
Oh, what?
左脇腹だっただ。
残念ですね。同じイシュバール人を二度も仕留め損ねるとは。
You can just do too much with the stone.
この私が逃げとはとてつもない屈辱ですよ。次は必ず蹴りをつけましょう。
The idea of Kimberly even running away.
Yeah.
後ろの車両がね。いやー、ダメだ。脱線事故でも起こしたらこっちの責任問題になる。
Oh.
誰が止めていいと言った。このまま走らせろ。北へ向かえ。いいぞ。そうだ。死が迫ってくる。死を築く者は死に追われるのだ。常に死と隣り合わせ。魂をかける仕事こそ美しさがある。
Soul at risk.
なんとやりごたえのある私の戦場。
Jesus Christ, Kimberly.
いや、治りかけの皮膚に北国の風は答える。
Oh, that sounds awful.
Can't you kind of hear it in his voice?
いや、私には分相応な
Fits
顔
me.
だ。
I'm content with that.
そろそろスカーが示した場所に近いはずだが。
Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal
I'm
Alchemist.
so excited! How you doing, Winry?
ホテル引き上げちゃったんですか？どこに行ったかわかります？
No update for her.
北へ行くとおっしゃってましたが。
あのバカ。
どうしたの？兄弟は元気だった？
あのまま北へ行ったって。
あらまあ、それは死ぬわね。
They don't do well in the cold?
Put the hood up.
さすがブレイクだ。
I would like get inside the armor.
ブリッグズ要塞に出る。そうだ、君。
そう君それオートメール
いいえ
あそうだったらいいんだ
In that case.
どうした？
そう
What?
Does it not do well with snow?
はい
Maybe they dislike automail for a reason.
I was gonna say maybe in the weather and the snow, the harsh conditions, maybe.
Well, we'll see it through Ed immediately,
Yeah.
regardless.
山の天気は変わりやすいって言うが
We didn't ask Ed about his automail.
安心しろ泉師匠は修行時代冬のブリッグズ山に1ヶ月放り込まれても生還したらしいぞ
Yeah, that means you guys can handle it.
こんな中で
You have to.
生き延びられるわけがない
でも熊も倒したって
ブリックズのクマは立ち上がったら2メートルを超えるんだよそんなの倒せるわけないじゃん
Oh! Is it like an automail competitor?
They're probably thought to be trespassing or something.
貴様もオートメールか
The ordinary sort.
Whoa.
この機械美がわからんとは愚か者め戦闘用オートメール
Combat automail.
クロコダイル噛みちぎられたくなかったらおとなしく捕まれドラクマのみてめえ
言って何言ってんだなんだこの痛みはオートメールが
Wow.
人の話聞けって
まだ逆らうか
Holy shit!
何かしたか
なんで錬金術が効かねえんだよ
What?
さねえのかよ
Alchemy doesn't work on combat automail?
やるな小僧ノーマンのオートメールでよく頑張っただがここまでだ
Get the letter out.
兄さん
壁どうしたバッカニア隊
Captain Buccaneer.
騒がせして申し訳ありませんアームストロング少将閣下
アームストロングって
あれがアームストロング少佐が紹介するって言ってたオリビエ・ミラー・アームストロング
Older sister?
姉ちゃん
Olivier.
似てない
What?
鋼の錬金術師エドワード・エルリックボディチェックをしろ怪しいものじゃないって知らん
Knows that he'll be sent with the letter.
有名人の名を語ることなど
Someone
誰でも
famous.
できる
The letter?
The seal.
これはアレックス・ルイ・アームストロング少佐からの紹介状だ読んでくれれば
My sister.
怪しいものじゃないとわかる
God.
確かにアレックス
I was like, is she gonna? Oh my god. Love it.
紹介状など私には無意味だ
He kind of saw that coming.
この他人がつけた評価など
Whoa.
私は私の目で人を判断する
It becomes the snow. Dude, she has to be like this. It seems like it's a really tense situation there.
でっけえ入れ鋼の錬金術師すげえ高えとっととアルカンカグズども頭の上のアンテナむしり取るぞ
That's the bear.
先に言っておくが子供扱いはせん
Good.
ここは天剣の地ブリッグズ弱肉強食の世界だ
And they have to have special auto mail here, apparently.
Can't you see a world where Winry brings like the peak of what automail could be into the entire countries, like over the vast regions?
And everyone has arms with the title crocodile to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, she should go visit here with us to get a look at some of this auto mail.
I don't know if we'd need to. When the person we're working under had suggested that Ed and Al are gonna die, that could be the segue into her
When
learning about, you know.
Ooh.
I will say that she might feel very bad if anything happens to them if she didn't like equip Ed, properly.
Mm-hmm. The responsibility she feels to basically having created an arm and a leg for him.
Mm-hmm. Mei Chang?
It's my current guess.
Getting the
okay,
research.
They found it.
これがスカーの兄の研究所。
真の練炭術とアメストリス
Oh, it's a
おー
fusion.
させたものですね。
これが希望の書となるか、はたまた絶望の書となるか。さあ、解読を始めよう。
Alright, that was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 33. There are two amazing women in this series. One being Izumi, and the next we were just introduced to, Olivier Mira Armstrong.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I love that we kind of get to her through conversation about Izumi. Like, Izumi to us is amazing, strong, kind of terrifying, incredibly talented. And we're talking about her as we are actually encroaching the space that our next lady that I am so excited to get to know better exists in.
Yeah.
One that could possibly be even more terrifying.
If you have me questioning if Izumi could or could not fend off multiple bears, and then you introduce me to a woman who is pictured as a bear, I have high expectations for you. Also, her expectations for other people. I absolutely adore that she just rips up the letter. Armstrong knew it was going to happen anyway, but her idea of wanting to have her own opinion from the ground up of somebody else just be her own and it not be muddied with any other opinion from other people.
I think it does still do something. I think the letter here doesn't work as an introduction letter in the way that maybe Ed and Al are expecting, as it's going to convince her to let us stay and do whatever here. If anything, it's more like a validity thing. Like, I think it still works for her to some degree of validation that these are the alchemists that they say they are, and they're not just like saying they're some famous person. It is a little bit of a validity there. Like, she looks and she sees the seal and she's able to verify this is from her brother, Alex. So it does work, but it's not to the same way I think Ed and Al were expecting. Like, it does the job for her, but not like the job of her. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But, like, she's gonna choose... She believes they are who they are, but then the next step is, like, whether she trusts in them, thinks of them as incredibly strong. I don't know. She'd want to see it with her own eyes.
No, I think you're right. I think the letter itself, it's definitely better than nothing, and it did add validity to them being who they were. They weren't just imposters of these famous people. But, like you're leading into, I wonder if next episode we're going to have any other further tests of strength, or now that we know we are who we are and say that we are, is it going to be more like we're really going to get down into conversing and talking to each other on like a equal playing field? Are we going to try to get information? What's to come of it?
How do you get information from someone who possibly would see your strength as she'd want to see it first before maybe even handing over any information? Maybe there would have to be tests of strength and her getting to check out what you're made of in person in order for her to even let you stay here, because of how dangerous it is alone. They're hunting spies right now. Like, it's showed to be incredibly dangerous here. The wall is giant. It is cutthroat here. She's probably not going to let you just, like, sleepover camp over here unless you prove to be strong.
We're very much so weakened on Ed's front here. We're nerfed quite a bit, and I wonder if that's going to be something that stays in play until we're able to go back down south, or if we're going to try to have to get an upgrade or fix here. It's obviously, it comes down to the material it is, right? Like, when Ed's trying to transmute on Captain Buccaneer, it doesn't work strictly because Ed thought it was going to be a material that it wasn't going to be. And does that lean into Ed getting that new material, I don't know. I also don't know if it would benefit us in any strategic front.
Right. What does it... Okay, so yes, it's beneficial here in this snow-torn environment on the border to Drachma. Yeah, it's good here. But would it have benefits, or would it have, like, would there be issues with it if you were back home in a place that's barely cold and barely snowing?
The very, like, real benefit that we do see is the mental, like, confusion it could play on other alchemists. Like, if somebody does try to actually transmute your weaponry, if they think it's the wrong thing, they're fucked.
Yeah, when we're taken back to... transported to the moment where we suddenly can't use alchemy in front of Father, but we're taken to it in an environment that we literally should not expect it at all, which is we're just out in the real world and we think we know what's in front of us, and it is very much not something.
Yeah.
The idea that that's even coming back into play, that you can't, Ed now can't use alchemy here for some reason.
I really liked how they gave us the information and tied it in with Winry and Garfield, like in him saying that, oh yeah, okay, yep, they're gonna die. And we're kind of on the edge of our seat being like, oh, is it the cold? Why are they gonna die? But it really does come off that Garfield himself probably knows about automail limitations in the north.
See, once he said it, the immediate cut you get is Ed sneezing.
Yeah.
So my first read of it as the viewer, because that was the cut from one line to the next action, I was like, oh, he sees them as maybe like weak of body and they're gonna get a cold and die in the cold.
Same.
Like that was my first read of it. But then the guy that dropped us off here being like, oh, is that suit of armor automail? Oh no, you'll be fine then. It's not. I was like, what are we saying here?
I don't know how to even put into words how I feel about Kimberly. He is obviously one of the most intelligent characters in the series. If he is able to have this like level of deduction, he completely read Scar, and sure, he remembered him, which I want to talk about too. But to completely track somebody one for one that you don't have a massive intellectual understanding of how their mind works is one of the hardest things you could ever do, and Kimberly nailed it right off the bat coming out of prison. His physical prowess might not be up there right now because he's not warmed up, but Jesus, his mind is.
There was so many surprises from Kimberly for me as the viewer in this episode. Like, one, the surprise that he would recognize Scar, remember his brother. Any of that was a surprise to me, but then once learning it, I was like, oh, okay, I could see him now as the type of like villainous character that recognizes and wants to remember the faces of the people that he tormented. Like, I could totally see that for an antagonist character. It makes a lot of sense. But the fact that he was able to recognize his own disadvantage also came as a surprise to me. I'm used to like really cocky, probably antagonist characters, and I kind of had painted him in my mind in that light because we haven't had so much content of him, that he would be the type that wouldn't run away.
Ah, I see.
So I was surprised in the moment, and I'm happy for it because I'm happy that he goes against my expectations, because I feel like my expectations were kind of surface level to some degree. So I'm glad that he diverted my expectations and is going down a path that is much more complex.
I'm pretty sure he had said before, maybe it was the conversation with Ryza and Hughes was there when he was saying that he would remember everybody that he killed. And to see him follow up on that with like, oh yeah, I remember you, Scar, but to go out of his way to be like, oh yeah, there was also some other dude with glasses. Remember him? And that's a terrifying prospect, because like you saw the reaction that it got out of Scar. He blew up, rightfully so. But I'm kind of surprised as well with Kimberly.
Normally in a scene that is written where someone is face to face with the person that stole everything from them, that person that stole everything is going to be like, you were just an ant in my world. I don't even remember you. That would normally be probably how someone would write that interaction, because yeah, that like is gut-wrenching hurt on the person that's staring at the face of a killer that they want revenge against, being like, you don't even remember, it's my whole life that you tormented, my whole world, my family, and you don't even remember it. Like, I feel like that's a lot of times how those interactions are written. But for it to be like on equal footing here of remembrance, there's a different energy here than I'm used to.
he is an interesting character, and I'm pissed that he got away in the way that he did, because I know, yeah, he's been impaled by the fucking like railing, and that was great to watch, but him getting away and us not, like, he's gonna be fine, and if anything, he's gonna be stronger next time he comes back, and I don't like that.
He definitely had some interesting feelings about being so close to death. It both, like, he was aggravated that the train stopped, but also he was very, like, in his poetic, he was in a poetic mood, kind of about the beauty of
The closeness
the
to death.
closeness to death that was happening to him. And I feel so bad for those train conductors. They're gonna go home when they get off the job and go home to their wives and be like, that was scary.
Yeah. The introduction, or not introduction, sorry, but the use of transmutation marks in this episode was so fascinating. It was when we were looking at the rock slide and Kimberly is using that Sherlock level of deduction to figure out where Scar is. But God,
He's
transmutation
in the outfit
marks
to be a detective right now.
Yeah, transmutation marks are super interesting though. I would love to, you brought it up jokingly in the episode, but the idea of transmutation fossils, or it wouldn't be that obviously, but like just being able to age or determine if a rock was used to be transmuted with, I think it's so fascinating.
And we don't even get it just with the rock. We get it with the thing that impaled Kimberly. You can see the slight transmutation marks on the end that is like the furthest away from him, the thing that's impaling him. And I think the fossil conversation would take you over nicely to what I think is really being shown here, which is like an artistry with alchemy. When we first meet Armstrong as a character, he's the character I believe that introduces the idea of there being an artistry to alchemy, especially like a special touch, you know. It's created by you and you add your little flourish on it because it was created by you and your mind and your power. And so obviously in this episode there's a few things that involve that like artist touch, from automail, from both Winry creating it with her hands to whatever this crocodile arm thing is.
Yeah,
you know, that's definitely art right there. And then Ed, he also has his own artist signature on the things he
brought
does.
It up on screen. It was when he made the snowman, and it does give, like how you said, the railing, but also the dagger that he made for Ling. Right.
And it's nice to it calls back the railing to me. And the railing is in the same episode of us dealing with the fact that people weren't able to use alchemy across the city, across Central. And I feel like there's some like nice theme tie-ins and like bringing in stuff that just happened to us a couple days ago in a way that's not so in your face, that it just feels like really filled out. It feels really thought about.
Yeah. Man, it would be beating a dead horse a little bit because I know what happens, but I would give anything for an Izumi prequel series and watching her train, you know?
Right?
What she went through.
I mean, I feel like we've already gone through some stuff with her, beside her, and or hearing about some of the things she's gone through. Yeah. That I feel like
I know, that's what I meant by beating a dead, like I know like what would like the tragedies of what would happen, and also what happens with her life going forward, but just watching her train alone would be so interesting because Ed and Al at least have each other, but I'm presuming that she trained individually, you know, alone.
And I feel like if I were to get some of the epicness of her now, it would be so clouded, other than with knowing more about her and some of the sad things that have happened to her, some of the trauma, it would also be clouded by the idea that she has been, even though she doesn't, like, she has been threatened by Bradley. There are eyes on her, and it would be, if I were to get any more content that was really of her, that would be one of the things in the back of my mind, kind of like yelling at me, like, what you're seeing is a person that could get hurt.
What, even in a prequel series?
Yeah.
What?
Like, it'd be so clouded, like, oh my god, stop being awesome. It's gonna lead to Bradley having his eyes on you, and I don't want you to get hurt.
That's over anxious.
Yeah.
All right, my last thing is that I love the way that we're actually scaling out the world. It's been a consistent thing in the show, and it's just something I really appreciate, is like we're able to scale a massive amount of distance and actually feel it. And while we're doing that physically within Train, Scar, the boys, and Kimberly, we're also being able to ring in with Winry, and that just having that like 4 corners of the world that it gives off that impression in one episode.
It feels like that as we're even entering new territory.
Yeah.
How is it that the world, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel jarring to be exploring a new kind of section of the world because we feel so grounded and kind of, oh, Resembul's over here. So we've been to Central. We've been to Rush Valley. You know, we feel a little bit like we have legs to stand on for different places, like the country of Jing, you know?
Mhm.
We have the world filled out enough that it feels like we have a foundation, a home to go to enough to feel comfortable kind of opening that map up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Feels good. I have 2 more things.
Okay.
So my first thing that I want to go with is that one of my favorite moments in this episode that was really, really small was a Kimberly moment, and could we pull it up?
Yeah.
It's at 6 minutes, like 6:50. Okay. That was very quick.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I know it's just like silly. It was a small little thing.
What are you talking about? Him just putting his hand
Yeah,
up? What
okay.
about it?
I like that moment. It stood out to me because I feel like it's not only just a normal conversational body language on his end here for being like, oh no, I'm gonna, like, stopping someone. Stop laughing.
No, go on.
It's like, hey, like, normal body language being like, stop you in your tracks in a conversation. I'm gonna go handle it. But the fact of like what's on his palm, you know, it has like deeper intention and meaning when he is saying that he's gonna go handle it. And these are the hands that killed Scar's family, and just all of that in that little moment like stuck out to me. And you think I'm ridiculous,
No,
and now I'm insecure.
No, we just have we have a really high bar in the AutoSave household. What's your last thing?
Well, now I'm embarrassed. My last thing was just kind of leading into what we get in the after credits.
The fusion. I'm super excited to see what Dr. Marco is able to come up with. I've really like him phrasing it in which direction this could go in terms of hope or despair. It's really fascinating on one hand, but I believe it's gonna end up being useful to us.
Yeah.
I really do. I don't have that much confidence in it not working. You know?
I'm excited by the prospects of a fusion, especially when you think about what last episode was, when it was like, why would you study alchemy when we have such strong military power alchemy here? And it's like, yeah, well, what would a fusion do? What would a fusion be? I'm excited by that.
Yeah, I'm excited how Father would react to it. All right, you good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. We hope to see you next time.
Can't believe you were making fun of me, laughing at me.